Farmer Z here, probably the newest and latest YouTuber, farm sim YouTuber, in a long line of farm sim YouTubers. Started playing this game about a year ago, really enjoyed watching and learning from content from the farm sim YouTube community, and decided I'll try to attribute to the content. I'm playing on Oklahoma 4X map. I just want to kind of show off my farm here. Get into flight mode. So Oklahoma 4X is a great map by DJ Modding. Highly recommend the map. It has a lot of pre-built, amazing pre-built farms on the map. I, however, really enjoy using my creativity to make my own maps, and I've noticed that there's just not a lot of videos out yet on folks making their own custom maps on this, or their own farms on this map. So I wanted to post one, kind of a custom farm on the Oklahoma 4X map instead of using one of the default farms. One thing to note, you do have to install a mod on this map if you're going to make your own farm with horse or animal pens. You have to increase the, I think it's husbandry limit increase mod. It increases the amount of animal pens on the map from 8 to 32. So since there's already 8 pre-built farms on the map, that's already kind of at its limit. You have to use that mod. So once I found that mod and I was able to build my own custom farm, I went for it. So one thing that I think is cool on the farm here is kind of the entryway to my place. I come in off of the dirt road back here. I made kind of a driveway that kind of winds through this tree canopy, so it makes for kind of a cool view when you're driving into the farm and through the front gates there. Got my house off to the right for a sleep trigger. Got horses to the left. I do play with seasons. This is really my first time doing horses on seasons, because you don't get to own the horses. I'm sure many of you know. But I use the Global Companies mod. I'm a heavy modder. You're going to see I play on PC and I love to use the mods. So that may be a little too cheaty for some of you, but I like to have fun with the game. I use a Global Companies mod and use the horse helper, so I just kind of got to keep hay and straw and water in there, and the horse helper mod rides the horses for me, and I get a nice little royalty every day at midnight for housing the horses for others, or storing the horses and caring for the horses for others. A lot of silage bales that are kind of fermenting, turning to silage from hay and grass there. That's kind of the strategy in my farm. All grass right now, just cranking out the silage bales. And I know you don't have to keep silage covered, but I kind of like to keep it covered, and I do hay and straw every now and then too. So a couple canopies to keep everything covered. Very cool. Garage down here from HAJ Modding, fits all my equipment, and a couple open cow pastures. I'm going to do beef cattle. I did this all custom. This was a field. I kind of landscaped and put down all my placeables and put up all the fencing. Again, that's just probably the two parts of this game I like the most, is the creativity of building my own farms, and then the strategy behind it. Like, how am I going to find a way to quickly be profitable and build a farm with a strategy that makes money and makes money fast. So the horses help, definitely, just with that passive income. You get the daily income from caring for the horses, and then the cows, of course, it's seasoned, so it'll take them almost a full year to mature and be able to sell, but that'll be kind of added annual income. Everything I make off of cows, I'm just going to put back into cows until I get, I don't know, maybe 50 to 100 cows. Then I'll maybe start taking profits, but I'm always just going to reinvest in more cows here at the beginning. All right, so let's get into it. Now that I've bored you with my farm, let's get some stuff done for the day. Kind of a slow time. Just did my my cut on the grass, so not much going on the farm other than animal care. I'm really waiting for a nearby field to be ready for harvest. There's a field next door I want to buy, but before I do, I want to harvest it on a contract. Make a little money off of it. Let's give the horsies some water. How you guys doing? Alright, horse is done. I just leave the straw and hay there and let it run out, so I don't have to haul it over here every day. Go check on the cows, and then we'll check on contracts. See if that nearby field's ready to harvest. I don't think it is yet. It's a barley field. Like I said, I want to buy it because it's right next door, and put more grass on it to make more silage. Before I do, the main reason I want to harvest it is for the straw. So another mod that I use is called, I think it's called straw emissions. It allows you to bale and keep the straw you produce when you take a harvest contract. So typically when you do a harvesting contract, it's like just the oats or barley or whatever the grain is. This mod allows you to hang on to the straw, which I want to have, so I can make some TMR for the cows and have some extra bedding for the horses. So that's a big reason I want to wait to buy it and harvest it first, so I can get that straw before I plow it and turn it into grass. So let me make sure the field here. 37. We're looking for 37. Don't think it's ready. It is not. Keep checking in. So gosh, the only other thing I really need to do today is like wash all my stuff. This isn't silage yet. I think it still needs another day or two, yeah. So that's not ready to be sold yet. Guess I can show off some of my equipment while I'm pulling it out. So this is my mower. Boom. Thing is awesome. Definitely a mod. This one right here looks like by Winston 9587. Easy cut special, and it cuts at 18 meters wide. And then I also have the same, from the same mod pack, his windrower, same width. This will get some grass cut, and it'll cut it fast. Not everybody likes some of these crazy mods, and I understand. It's just depends on the level of realism that you like to keep when playing the game. But for me, and maybe I just tell myself this to make me feel better about using crazy mods, you can't really like use workers for baling or picking up the hay. So of course I use auto-load trailers. That makes it easier. I do not have the attention span to manually load all those bales. But also that's just kind of my reasoning for speeding the process up with some of these mods that make it super easy. Some would argue maybe unrealistically easy. You know, I can't really hire anybody to do the baling, so might as well speed up the cutting. If I get any viewers, and if this channel ever takes off at all, hopes aren't high, any likes, subscribes, and views that I get would be sincerely appreciated, but never expected. I'm just kind of taking this in stride, seeing what happens. Maybe folks watch the content, maybe nobody ever sees it. Either way, all good to me. I just want to share content with those of you on YouTube the same way that I've kind of appreciated and learned from the content that I've watched from other YouTubers. and if y'all like it, great. Anyways, if I ever get any viewers, you guys will see. I'm going to put the best driver in farm sim reputation to the test. I'll challenge Mr. Best Driver in Farm Sim. Because I can get it done. Alright, last implement I'll wash today. Is it even that dirty? Nah, it's not that dirty. The windrower's kind of dirty, but I'm good. It's like watching paint dry, waiting for these contracts to come. Does anybody else hate the downtime between like when you harvest a crop and like wait for something else to come up? I usually keep my speed at 15 pretty much all the time, and just find something to do. And as time goes on and I've been at the farm longer and longer, like these downtimes won't really happen. You know, I'll have cows that I can sell in future years. You know, I'll have just more to do and to keep on top of. But it's still kind of first year, and I just finished with the cut of the silage. It's not ready to go sell yet. There's no cows ready to sell. There's no harvest ready. It's like twiddle thumbs time here. So tell me what y'all do when downtimes hit. I could go buy more cows, but I don't know. Gotta move all this stuff to get to the animal trailer. You know what? Let's buy cows. For those of you who haven't seen the map, you'll get to ride along with me. See some of the features of the map. And while I go get the truck, just talk a little bit about like equipment and finances. So I started with $800,000 in debt, and I think like $400,000 in cash. That was just kind of like the manual setting that I did when I started the game file. What I wanted to do was like be able to buy the land and put down all the placeables, including the house, for that $800,000, which I did. And then after that, like I say, I adjusted the remaining, so that like I'm trying to simulate that being financed essentially. Like I'm $800,000 in debt. That's the debt that I have on my land, my house, my placeables, and my big tractor. And then for the rest of the $400,000, like anything that I bought, I needed to be able to buy with that $400,000. So I started out with just one tractor, didn't have the animal trailer yet. I just paid for animal deliveries, didn't have the flatbed yet. Started out with kind of the necessities. And as I made money on my last cut of grass and silage sell, started buying a little bit more. So I usually use like 50% of every dollar I make goes back into the farm, you know, buying whatever, more land, more cattle, until my debt's paid off at least. So 50% goes back into the farm, 50% goes to paying off the debt. I think I got my debt down to like 700,000 now from 800,000. And you see I got more in the bank that I'm going to be paying down soon. That's just kind of like how I work it until I get the debt paid off and I'm loan free. Try to balance the money I put back into the farm versus the money that I pay off with. So I'll zoom out a little bit so you guys can see the map as I drive down to the animal sell point. A lot of detail on this map. Very well done. for those of you who haven't seen this map yet, lots of cool billboards. Case dealership. This is actually like the shop, the store where you buy everything off to the left there. But look at these billboards. There's Mr. Best Driver in Farm Sim. Coming for you, buddy. DJ. I mean, all these guys that I admire and have watched and learned tips and tricks of Farm Sim. Learned mods that they use that are, you know, nice to have. They all got featured on this map, which I think is a really cool kind of tribute to them. And me for sure, you know, they've inspired me to record my own video and see where it goes. And again, I'm not trying to be them. They're 1,000 times better than probably I'll ever be. Just trying to throw some gameplay out there. Oh, Best Driver in Farm Sim, and I hit the truck. That was a glitch in the game. The fender doesn't stick out that far. Come on. Anyways, yeah, I'm not trying to be those guys. Definitely better than I'll ever be, probably, at producing YouTube content. But just trying to kind of like pay it forward, you know. Everything I've learned and ideas I've gotten from them by watching their content. Just want to throw some Let's Plays out there, and maybe somebody picks something up from me that, you know, helps them have fun with this game. The other thing too is our Farm Sim 22 is coming out. I'm not sure, like, I started playing Farm Sim with Farm Sim 19. I never played 13 or 15 or 17. I'm not real sure if I want to buy it right away, because I'm such like a mod guy that I don't know if, like, how does this work? Maybe somebody who's been around Farm Sim longer than me teach me. Will the mods come out, you know, right away? I can't imagine they will. Like, I'm sure it's going to take a while for some of the nice mods. I mean, as you can see, I like, you know, the name brand trucks and some of these cool mods. So I feel like it would be like a step back for me to go to Farm Sim 22 right away, and I'd have to part with some of these things that I really enjoy about the game until some mods get released. So curious everybody's thoughts on that. Are they going to jump into 22 right away? Are they going to wait a while? I feel like this game has definitely like held its, I don't know, values of not the word. It's held the test of time, like past the test of time, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I mean, this thing came out, I think, in late 2018, and here we are in late 21, and like there's still videos coming out every day from, you know, these YouTube content creators, and they still get watched a lot. So I feel like this has just been an awesome game. Definitely stood the test of time. Hopefully 22 lives up to its predecessor, but I don't know. Just not sure if I'm going to jump right in right away. The cows dropped off. Alright, I'm guessing this harvest contract still isn't ready. So that'll wrap it for this episode. If anybody ever sees this, thank you for watching. Until next time, FarmsimEalyp out.